going to be known as the time when Scientology really started to move and clear the planet. Everyone's going to look back and go, this is when it really started. That's the golden age of knowledge.
It's golden age of knowledge. It actually says it what it says. It is a new age of knowledge.
You know, there's an old saying, you know, you can't really know a man until you walk a mile in his shoes. And that's what we're doing.
The golden age of knowledge absolutely, positively changed me into this smiling face that you see right now. It made me who I am. When people look at me, they don't know what they see, but they see something.
Because you start to see for real that, you know, you're not in the meshed universe, and I'm not in the meshed universe.
I think with the congresses, they are possibly the most far-reaching release yet. And I say that simply because they can wake the dead.
And I look at it as if every Scientologist was listening to all the congresses, I listened to all the congresses, seen LRH, and we were all on the same page, it makes a completely different picture of Scientology worldwide. Completely.
After the congresses, I'm a Scientologist.
I'm a Scientologist.
I really feel like a Scientologist and sort of feel like an old school Scientologist. What I meant to be an old school Scientologist, you know, training and co-auditing at St. Hill. I got that sort of feeling that I'm part of the team.
I mean, if you ask someone, have you been listening to congresses, they just go right up the tone scale.
An emotion that comes to mind when I think of the congresses, and that is action.
Action. It's way up the scale. They give a new freedom of action in terms of application.
Why? Because I'm addressing that which is most important to me. What? The true nature of myself.
And that's the foundation that civilizations are built on, so it's the beginning of the new civilization.
So I can compare the golden age of knowledge to the brightest star because it just puts so much light into people's lives.
I suppose the analogy would be the difference between being in the dark and being in the light.
I don't believe I can compare the golden age of knowledge to anything. It's the benchmark.
My cognition from listening to the congresses was that when you listen to a congress, you are connecting to power. That's what source is, power.
The best word that I have, power. Everybody wants to have power.
So you got it. I not only got it, I just like evaporated it.
I suppose having the golden age of knowledge is like having a lifeline, like permanently connected to you.
I used to feel like the twig blowing in the breeze, and now I feel like the oak tree is like, bring it on.
I would compare it to having a session. It's like you're getting auditing in each lecture you listen to. Every single lecture to me is like a session.
If they want to save on intensives, if they're having auditing, listen to the tapes. You're going to save a lot of intensives.
The golden age of knowledge is cognition after cognition after cognition after cognition.
I have cognitions and realizations, and I can really start to apply these things to my life. It's made such a huge difference. It's awesome.
Well, I've completed all the congresses, and when I got to the end, I was like, oh my God, I don't have congresses anymore, so I started them over.
I just hated actually to come to the end. In fact, I hated it so much, I just started all over again.
Seeing LRH actually in person just gave me a total new reality on the individual, on the man himself. And one of the things I didn't know about him is that he's quite a prankster. He had quite a sense of humor.
You just completely see exactly what he's going through and all the motions, and like when he laughs, like you're laughing.
But when you see his face and you see the gestures that he makes, and it's just, you can't help but just fall in love with LRH all over again.
It's like a big reality. There he is. His red hair. I stare at it and it's like, wow.
I got to see him in real life, and I can tell that he's a man of all men.
And he's full of life, and his hand gestures and what have you, you're literally seeing his mock-ups right there. You get the idea. It's truly something.
He's just saying, come on, this is what we're trying to do here. You know, help me, I'll help you, let's all do this. You really feel it. I mean, you can't get that any other way.
It's KSW point. You know, having the correct technology, knowing the correct technology.
You have the technology and you know the technology, and that gets your KSW in, and then you apply it.
It's a revolution. It's everything, you know, it's just contagious.
A daily
meeting with Source.
You're into checking out the scenery. You're in for a wild ride.
I'm like exhilarated, you know?
It's a beautiful thing.
Keeps me out.
Because I'm CUCKS. And that's magic. It's magic.
Unbeatable. Groundbreaking.
New dimension.
This is how we're going to change the future of the galaxies.
I think the golden age of knowledge is the thing that's going to take us all to the stars.
Straight out of this universe. It is. Straight out of this universe.